Hi everyone. This is a little snippet that we're just putting up on YouTube about snakes in the Highlands. There are quite a few images of snakes in this little clip, and toward the end there's 25 seconds or so of two brown snakes mating, which I was lucky enough to film in Hawk's Nest, not in the Highlands, but in Hawk's Nest. So if you're somebody who doesn't like snakes, this is not an episode for you. For the rest of you, enjoy and look out for more short episodes. Bye. So another thing that's going to be happening more and more as the weather gets warmer is that snakes are going to be coming out. Now, this is an intrepid podcast. We're not scared to go into the whole snake subject. I think sometimes people are, they're keen to talk about the cute and cuddlies and stuff, but the reality is that we have venomous snakes in the Highlands, and we kind of wanted to reassure people a little bit. We don't want people to be put off from going out into the bush because, really snakes are not out there lying in wait for you to walk past so that they can pounce on you. They really want to be left alone. And we thought we might tell the story of the day that I saved Lou's life.
Yeah, we never hear the end of this story.
She doesn't hear the end of it. She doesn't hear the end of it. I can say, "Hey Lou, remember the day I saved your life? Well, I'd really like a cup of coffee." "Hey Lou, remember the day I saved your life? I need you to do a podcast with me." So I'm wondering if both our versions of this story are the same. So I'm going to not listen while Lou tells her version, and then I'll tell mine, and we'll see when we listen to the recording what we get. Go for it, Lou.
I think we'll both agree that we were at Thurmill Lakes, but I'm not sure. But I'm pretty sure we were at Thurmill Lakes one morning, and I was blabbing away as we were walking on, and Floss was just behind me, and she started to scream. I turned round, stopped, and she was stomping up and down with her feet, and she was screaming. I went, "What?" She said, "Look in front of you," and I was just about to tread on a copperhead on the path. And so she saved my life, and I've paid the price ever since.
Right, I really couldn't hear anything that Lou was saying, so I'm going to tell you exactly what happened on the day that I saved Lou's life. We were out for a walk somewhere, and I think it was kind of out the back of Mittagong somewhere. There were a group of about 4 of us, and we were walking abreast down a fire trail, and Lou, who likes to have everyone's attention, ran ahead of us and turned around, and she was walking backwards to tell us a story. And as I watched, I could see that she was just about to step backwards onto a Highlands copperhead. And I just screamed and said, "Lou, just stop!" And I just couldn't help myself. I was banging on the ground with my feet. And Lou, who never does what she was told, did not stop, but came running up towards us, which fortunately was an okay thing to do. She turned around, and we just got to watch the snake taking its time, quietly crawling back into
slithering
the bush.
away, and then I took a photograph. I said,
"Yes, of the
"Oh,
end."
how lovely!" I said. I know I got quite a good photograph, so yeah, I was pretty pleased. But it was nice to be alive. Yeah, it was nice to be alive,
and it's nice to have you still here to do a podcast with me. So, look. We go out into the bush quite a lot. We have lots of friends who are birders. There are venomous snakes out there, but I've never heard of a birder or anyone being bitten in the Highlands.
And remember, birders are always looking up, not down. That's why they keep falling over all the time on the fire trail.
That's right. But you're more likely to see a snake in a sunny area where it might be sunbaking. And if we actually go off trails and we're wandering into the bush itself on a project or something like that, we always make sure we have boots and gaiters. And
we stomp.
And no matter where
because
we go.
they pick up the vibrations, don't they? So
That's
I always
right.
stomp if I have to go into long
Yeah,
grass. But
yeah.
basically, you don't want to have to go into long grass too often
No.
on
And
a sunny day.
we always carry snake bandages.
We do.
And we recommend that everybody else does the same. But don't let the idea that there are snakes out there put you off. And talking of snakes, let's talk a little bit about snakes in the garden as well. I and Lou both are working toward having a wildlife attracting garden, and we'll talk about that a little bit in time. And people sometimes worry that building a garden like that attracts snakes. And in my garden, I'm near-ish to an ephemeral waterway, and snakes do come and go, but none of them have moved in. And I have to tell you that my neighbours who have just lawn and not much else also get snakes because it's a nice open area for the snakes to sunbake.
To bask, yes.
Yeah, so don't be put off building a wildlife attracting garden, because really in this area you've just got to be aware of snakes whatever type of garden you have.
Yeah, I always think about it on a hot day in my garden, and I always wear socks and shoes and long trousers just to be,
Just be
cautious.
aware. Yeah. And if you're walking with your dog in the bush, particularly at this time of year, do not let them off a lead. I've seen people at Penrose Swamp letting their dogs run through the swamp in the middle of summer, and I just think it's the riskiest thing to do, as well as I've mentioned before, the fact that it really gives a fright to the ground-dwelling birds who don't need any more stress in their lives.
And the snakes.
And the snakes.
Got to remember that snakes are more scared of us than we are of them.
That's right.
Yeah.